Now this question is a large question. And it should be, if it's not, a large question to all the Christians in Kansas, because there is some group from Topeka. Never heard of them, have you? Neither has everybody else in this nation. Kansas Baptists / Christians, some of my best friends are Baptists, who have raised this issue of who God hates on the national stage. God hates dead soldiers, they say. God hates gay people, they say. God hates America because America tolerates gay people. On and on and on they go. They bring their hate-mongering to the national stage by doing what? Protesting at the funerals of soldiers. Not far from here. What is it, 15 miles to Mulvane? 15 miles from here, a group of people got together and founded the Patriot Guard. Now, the Patriot Guard is motivated, not surprisingly, by patriotism. These guys ride motorcycles and pickup trucks, and they go to funerals of soldiers, and they wave flags, and they make these big flag lines and all these things. And a great portion of, there may be 500 of them that show up. And a great portion of what they do is they stand between the protesters and the families. Their response is essentially, we love American soldiers and their families, living or dead. I suppose that's fine, don't you? The question for us, though, remember, is who does God hate? If we answer the question the same way the class did, nobody, then we have another question to ask. And that is answering the question, who does God hate, while we are safely enclosed by these bricks and mortar and no one else can hear us, good enough? Patriots turn out by the hundreds to protect the privacy of families of fallen soldiers. Where are the Christians in equal or greater numbers? Lovingly refuting hate speech, where hate is getting national press. Where in the world is love getting national praise? Have we actually, in fact, abandoned the national stage to the hate mongers? Where are the Christians with signs that say, Christ died once for all? 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18. Where are the Christians with signs that say, God loves all people? Or even, God hates sin, never people? Even more to the point, while these Topeka Baptists are out there spewing out their hate speech, where are the Christians from First Christian Church, Clearwater, Kansas? If Kansas can't handle it, how can the nation? You know, some of us are retired. We don't work. We fill our day with all manner of things. We could easily, and there aren't that many funerals for soldiers in Kansas, we could easily go. Some of us who are working, well, all of us who are working, get days off of one sort or another. We could take one. Kansas is big, but it's not that big. We couldn't get out to a funeral and back in one measly day. Some of us are computer whizzes. Do you know how big the Patriot Guard is? Chapters in every state. Wouldn't it be wonderful if somebody from this congregation started a Facebook page that drew people from every state to coordinate where these folks were, and even if they weren't, go to these funerals of our soldiers with signs that say, God loves you, especially in tough times. Hate doesn't have to hold the national stage. There's a need out there. I believe there's a calling from God out there for congregations in this nation to stand up in the same places that the hate mongers stand up, or even where they would stand up, but there's not enough of them, and proclaim that God loved all people. To proclaim where the hate mongers are, that they do not speak for all of the people of God. They certainly don't speak for very many of the people of God, but sadly they do speak for more than just themselves. More people than we would like to think like they do, but they just don't get out and say so. Where are the Christians who take the national stage and say, God loved all people? If we are to refute their message, we have to emphasize the truth. And you know what that truth is? God even loves the Ku Klux Klan. God even loves those hate mongers from Topeka. God can find something good in every single person because every one of them is created in God's image, and God sent God's unique Son to the cross to die for every one of us. That message is not heard loudly enough that people who spew hate speech cannot slur the church. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of patriots who gather under the Patriot Guard and go and stand up for America and her dead soldiers.